Let's see if we got enough battery. We might not. This might be a two-part system here. But this is the exterior. And you know what I'm not seeing on the exterior? You know what I'm not seeing here? I don't see a doorbell. I don't see a doorbell. Or a door knocker. This is the fresh air induction vent. It brings fresh air into your tight house so that it keeps it a healthy house. That's why you want to change the filters on the fresh air induction. This is not in a good and workmanlike manner, the way they painted around this light right here. It doesn't look that's not too impressive. Where do termites live? In the ground. Oh. What do they eat? Dead wood. Oh. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. That's called a clue. Now they're not going to show up this year. They're not going to show up next year. They're not going to show up in the next short few years. But eventually termites will show up just about on every structure in this part of the country. You'll call me in about 5 years or something and go like that, man, but I got termites. I go like, oh, really? Next to your garage where you had the wood mulch right next to there and you didn't have rain gutters and the water's just pouring off on that and it just made a termite nest right there? Is that where you had them? You go, yeah, how did you know? I know. This is our foundation primer. This is a parge coat. Alright, it's like a cake frosting. Just because the cake frosting is cracked doesn't mean the cake is cracked. Just because the parge coat is cracked doesn't mean the foundation is cracked. And just because it's not cracked doesn't mean that your foundation is not cracked. Doesn't mean that. Moving on along. Let's have another chance for this because this light right here should have a protective cover over it. It doesn't, but it should. It should have one of those. Rolling on out. Because that's part of your exterior. Just ask your crime watch people. This is where I'm going to take your water pressure here in just a minute. This is a home pest system. This is for cockroaches and ants. This is not for termites. It's not specific to termites. It might accidentally kill some of them because of some of the chemicals they have might be off label and kill a termite or two, but that's not termite prevention. Okay, that's other pests. The condensing unit should be farther away from the wall there. Go through the swamp here. This is a swamp. Now these windows, either by design or not, but the window frames themselves are designed so that they channel water out, away from the house. We don't want the water going inside. The water comes out through these little weep holes. And sometimes on a real windy day, these things can whistle. And it might scare you. But it's about all we can do about it. This is for your air conditioning secondary drain, and it's over this window, so when you look out the window and you see water draining down, you know you have a problem with your air conditioner. You know that you have a problem with your air conditioner and that you need to call an air conditioning company to come take care of it. This is called a control joint. Some people call them expansion joints. Call them what you will. We're not going to have this much brick in North Texas and not have some movement, so it's like the control joints in the street. You know, we're trying to control that. Brick is a very good building material. This home can burn down and you can reuse the brick. And it's a great insulator. And if you don't paint it, it's very, very, very low maintenance. If you paint it, that's a different story. But so brick there's a lot of good reasons to use it. But another thing about brick though is it's porous. So that's why we have these weep holes. And you got some over your front door and some over your the front entry window, and probably some other windows around, and but we have weep holes. Behind this brick there's a gap, and we've got a drainage plane behind here. If this house is built like that house, so judging by that, that's the exterior wall on that house over there. They haven't put the brick up yet. The brick is a cladding, so they have that siding up there. That's your drainage plane. drainage plane, most of the time vapor comes out of here. If you have an event, I hope you don't, but I've seen a few, and if you have an event, water will come out of there. But those holes are there for a reason. So when you see ants coming in and out of them, you might have it treated, you might put some screen in there, but you do not, you know, those gaps are on purpose. Rolling on around. This is the weather sensor, but for your lawn sprinkler system. Rolling on along, then we have siding over here. Now, when I was on the roof video, I said, well, we've got Z flashing here, and that's a good thing, but we don't have it up here. That's what I said, up on the rooftop. But this is so close to the soffit that this Z flashing is not required up here this time. Okay, it's different on that attic window, and the same thing goes for the door here. We got the Z flashing here where we're supposed to, but we don't have it up here because it's not required. And believe me, if it's not required, interesting. Rolling on around, back to the brick again. Our seals. Actually looks pretty good back here. I mean, I'm going to pick on every house, especially on the grading and drainage. Now we're all over here. This is all new yards, all. Oh, look at that. Right here in this swamp, right here. Level. Imagine that. This is on the west side. The previous video, on the grading and drainage video, we were over on the east side. This is where the gas enters your house. This is your gas meter over here. Good to know. That's a tracer wire. That has nothing to do with you. That's so the gas company can find the pipe in the ground. So that's not bonding or anything like that. The only electrical bonding I've seen, the only bonding on the gas piping that I've noticed is at the furnace, which is supposed to be enough. Okay, so I wasn't able to see if you have a stand installed underneath there. Did I tell you my termite story?